my pleasure to introduce one of the most influential and considerate men I have ever encountered in my high school years. Like many of you, this person has greatly affected the way I view my high school. Without him, the atmosphere would be drastically altered. He knows just the right way to put a smile on everyone's faces and how to get even the most resistant kids involved. He's not only a teacher, he is a coach, a mentor, a friend, a helping hand, and an overall inspirational, joyful person to be around. As we prepare to close this chapter in our lives and start a new one, we can take comfort in knowing we will always remember the feeling we had when this person energized the student body and staff when it mattered the most. Speaking on behalf of the senior class, we have been blessed to come across such an amazing, one-in-a-million type of guy, and we are honored to have him speak with us today. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Brian Perlsweig.
Thanks, Amy. I want to thank everyone in the senior class for asking me to speak today. And it's an honor and something that means an awful lot to me. I'm sure many of you probably been thinking over the past week, I can't believe it's over. I can't wait to go away to school. Well, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but your parents during this last 2 weeks have been thinking, man, we can't wait to get you out of this house. While there is some finality to this chapter of your life, you're also about to embark on a new journey. And I know Forrest Gump said life is like a box of chocolates. But life, it's really like a coloring book. You get to fill in a variety of pages with the colors that you want to reflect who you are. Some of you understood and took pride at a very early age about staying within the lines. And others like to take all the crazy colors and just scribble all over the place. I'm sure you guys remember your first picture of Barbie or Spider-Man or some other cartoon character. That first picture was pretty ugly, but then you figured out how to stay within the lines, and the pictures started to get better and better. They started to look like what you would hope they'd look like. Life really is like a coloring book, though. You get to decide the events that take place in your life, and they become the pictures in that book. The neatest part about the next stage of your life is that you are totally in control of what that coloring book's gonna look like. You get to create what those pictures will portray and the stories that they'll tell. And don't be afraid to go outside the lines. Be willing to take risks and try things that you wouldn't normally try. Don't be intimidated to explore things that might be outside your comfort zone. The bold colors tend to be the ones that people stay away from, but then in the end you figure out, yeah, they look great. Sometimes to reap the rewards, you have to take risks. Sometimes you have to step out, people, and be a trendsetter, and that's okay. Everyone hates to make mistakes, myself included. Nothing's more frustrating than coloring that page when you realize you make a mistake, or it just doesn't look like how you envisioned it. Say you tear the page out of the book, you crumple it up, and you throw it away. Well, there's going to be a lot of those throw it out moments. According to a study taken by the U.S. Department of Labor, the average person will go through 5 career changes and work for 7 to 10 different employers in their lifetime. As you can see, it takes people more than a few times and more than a few trips to the trash can before they get it right. Embrace change when it happens. There might be a lot of pages in that book that will make their way into the trash before you get things right. And that's okay. It's not about if you fail or if you fall. It's about getting up and trying again and again until you get it right. And there's going to be times where the crayons get left on the windowsill and they melt, or the crayons spill all over the place. And it's in those times when things are tough or things don't go as planned, you learn the most about yourself, and you learn a lot about the people around you. Some of the greatest lessons most of us have learned in life haven't come from the good times, but they come from moments of adversity. Sometimes you need to reassess the colors that you have, take inventory of things, and see what you need to do to become a better son or daughter. or a better brother or sister, or a better parent, or a better co-worker, or even a friend. But don't let the tough times cause you to just crumple up the paper, throw it out, and stop working. There are times when you might have to work a little bit harder to get things right, to start with a clean slate. But it really is in these times that you learn more about yourself and how to deal with things when things aren't going your way. Over the years, you're also going to add colors and you're going to add books to that collection. Make contacts with as many people as you can. Take in every experience that you can. And if it's right, jump at opportunities when they present themselves. Life's a lot about the experiences that you take in, what you make of, or how you shape or color those opportunities. And just as it's important to take care and maintain your supplies in the crayon box, make sure you take time to maintain the relationships with your family and friends. I tell people I'm amazed at all the relationships that you guys have developed and how you interact with one another, whether it's at a football game, a pep rally, with your families, at the grocery store, or even the Wawa. And the proof of the strong relationships that you've developed at school, it's evident every day down at the Lips intersection in the B wing, between first and second period. When you stop to say hello to friends, or you're just standing there, hanging out, and socializing, and causing 800 people to be late the second period every day. Even though some of you will be hours and miles apart, take the time to keep the relationships with your friends healthy. Pick up the phone and talk. When you come home over the holidays, make time for those friends. It's funny how the circle of life works. And even though you might not use a particular color in that box for a while, it's nice to know it's there when you need it. The same thing goes with friends. Even though you might not see them all the time, it's a color that never goes out of style or fades away. You never know when you might need to lean on someone for advice, help, or just the reassurance of a friendly voice that has been there time and time again whenever you needed it. An ear to listen to, or a shoulder to cry on. You never know when that someone might need you. You never know when your paths might cross again. And 10 years from now, those same people that are there for you now, they're going to be the same people that are there for you then. And don't just email or Facebook those friends or relatives. Pick up the phone. Meet with them face to face when you have the opportunity. And even though technology such as text and BlackBerry and email, it's a great way to stay in touch with people. But written words in an email or a Facebook wall post, it's never a sufficient substitute for just good old-fashioned conversation. Believe it or not, communication is going to be the #1 asset that any person can have, regardless of their job or who they are. Because once you finish that masterpiece, you're going to want to tell everybody about it. And don't be afraid to put the crayons down every so often and recharge your personal batteries. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish if you do it for the right reasons. Our society is so worried about staying in tune and in touch, and we're all guilty of it. But sometimes we just need to shut down, recharge, and reboot. And sometimes after you take time for yourself, you find out you're more refreshed and more creative than you ever were before. You filled in the pages in life's coloring book with an impressive array of color and all the stories that go along with the pictures. Just make sure that you add those colorful pages to your book and create a lifetime of memories for yourself. And even though sometimes it might not look perfect, it's perfect to you and it's unique to you in its own special way. It's been such an awesome experience getting to know all of you over the past 4 years and watching you grow and develop from kids into wonderful young men and women. And I wish you guys all the best. Good luck in everything you do. Thank you.